What's going on? I hope you all are good. So, the backstory for Rick the door technician from Jedi Survivor. Now, for everyone that knows who played Jedi Survivor, he is the hardest boss in the game and in all gaming overall. He is an absolute menace to society, and we were all wondering, who is this guy at the end of this hallway, running towards us right now? He is the epitome of a strong and capable opponent, but I guarantee that most of you have not heard his backstory, and I had to do a lot of digging to find out exactly what this man has went through to become this absolute unit that he is. So, after 2 weeks of finding out all this information, I've got it here in this video just for you. Now, before we get into it, as we all know, he is a very mysterious being. I couldn't find out everything about him, and I don't know which order all of this goes in, but the feats that he can reach are absolutely insane. So starting this off, have any of you heard of the Yusong Vong? They are a very powerful species in Star Wars. They are immune to the Force, and only the strongest heroes in the galaxy can take them out. So, after a lot of digging, I found out that there was an unreleased comic that would be a part of Legends, which is a continuation of the Yusong Vong and everything they've done. And in this comic book, the Yusong Vong took out everything. They took over the galaxy. Most of the heroes were eliminated. They were such a strong army to the point where no one could stop them. So all the way through the galaxy, it was complete devastation. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the whole comic because it's so secretive. Disney must have buried it deep into the ground, but luckily to my hard work, I dug some of that back up, and I found out that in this comic book, Rick the door technician, when everything is gone, all the hope is lost in the galaxy, he took out the whole of the Yusong Vong in a matter of weeks, and I was able to find out exactly why he decided to go on this rampage. And the reason he did this was because one of the Yusong Vong members burnt down his home. But most importantly of all, whilst the Yusong Vong member was leaving the scene, it scratched his pod racer. Now, in this comic that Disney have hidden from everybody, and I'll get to that in a minute, I found out some reasons for why they did this, but the reason why that upset the legend himself, Rick the door technician, was because he was a slave on Tatooine, and he worked for years and years to get this pod racer that he loved. He always saw it in the store, but he was never able to buy it. He never had enough credits, so he worked so hard, became the #1 slave, and finally was able to buy his pod racer after 4 years, only for a Yusong Vong member to walk past and scratch it. This is murder! Murder! Therefore leading Rick to take out the whole of the army. Now, my favorite part from this comic that I was able to read was him seeing the Yusong Vong scratch his speeder, and he says this badass line, "Back up! I swear to God I will shoot you!" Now, when I read that, it gave me chills, but I was not ready for the next line. He followed up with that with the simple words,
"Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey!"
Now, we haven't heard anyone swear in Star Wars before, but that was so badass. He literally broke through the law of Star Wars just to drop that iconic line, and from then on, he was my favorite Star Wars character. So obviously from here on, he went to take out the whole of the Yusong Vong. Once I find out more about him, if I can, I'll make another video on it, but from here on, he took out the whole army, and some sources say that are close to Disney, that at the end, he goes back to his home on Tatooine, builds it back up again, and has a nice warm cup of blue milk, dropping another iconic line to end this comic book with the words,
"Sugar, honey, iced tea. That's good shit."
Man, you guys do not understand how much chills this gave me when I first read it. I am so upset that most of you will not be able to read this comic, and I'm so mad that it was never released. The Empire came out of hiding and started ruling over the galaxy once again, and they were so proud of his work that they hired him as the iconic door technician that we know him today. Now, apparently this comic book was meant to come out in 2018, I think, around April the 27th, April the 26th, and now I understand why Disney decided not to release it, because if you don't remember, Avengers Endgame was coming out at this time, and it would have been such a shame for Disney to overshadow one of their biggest movies just to release one of the most badass, most interesting comic books of all time. Avengers Endgame would have flopped and it would have been terrible. So I agree with them for once, that they made a great choice to push this comic book back and decide not to release it. I think it was best for Disney. I think it was best for Marvel. Now, of course, if they released this, Star Wars would be trending every day throughout the year that was released, and it would be in a better spot now. But you know, it's too much pressure on the shoulders of Rick the door technician to be carrying a franchise, and I'm happy that they let him rest and just sit back in his house and drink that cup of blue milk. So anyway, that is all. I'm happy to bring you guys this story and this information. I mean, no one else really has this information, but I just dug so deep to find out the lore of the legend himself. What do you think about this? Is he your favorite character? In fact, don't even answer that, of course he is, but you're welcome for bringing you this priceless information, and I'll see you on the next one.
Tell me! How to get burned! How to get burned! How to get burned! Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Ah!
How you doing, Merrin?
Oh, Grease is ready for a bumpy ride.
What?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Man, if you don't, get out my fucking way. No, boss. Oh, what the? Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. We actually get to go in. Oh, wow. This is where Luke got frozen. No, this is where Han got frozen. Oh, this is cool. What happens if I jump in there? Do I die? Guess we'll never know. Vader, get out. Let's fight. Let's fight, Vader. Come on. This is sad, but you're gonna go out like this. 1 bullet left, and you're dead. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, give me a real fight. Come on. Okay, B is to dodge. Okay, get used to it again. That's the block. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Okay, he's better with this dude.